Okay, so Star Wars Episode 4. Okay, so I paused on the words for a really, really long time, so I got to figure out what was going on because my brother was coming to watch it. So what I got was there's an evil empire, and their name is the Empire, so that's really easy. That'll help me remember. They have a Death Star, which is just like a giant thing that people are in, but that can destroy planets. It's, I don't know what it is. It's like a spaceship or space station. Yeah. Space station. And, okay, Princess Leia is on another ship beside that, I think. Or Leia, or whoever the fuck is her name, I don't know. Leia, I don't fucking know. And she has plans on like a floppy disk or something for the Death Star, and she puts it in R2-D2, and she has to like get him to escape. So she like jettisons him and shit, and he lands, and then she gets captured, so now she's on the Death Star too. And Darth Vader didn't talk like Arnold Schwarzenegger, which was really sad. Like all the YouTube videos, that was, yeah. But, okay, so R2-D2's on the planet with this gold robot whose name I forget. And the gold robot is really sarcastic, and anyway, they're trying to find Obi-Wan Kenobi to give him these plans. And, then they get captured by the wee, like, what do you call that mouse?
The Hobbit things.
The Hobbits, they get captured by the Hobbits that sound like that little racing mouse, you know, Eva. So they get captured by the Hobbits, and what they do is they sell on robots. So they capture them, and they're selling them to, like, Luke Skywalker and his uncle or something. And they buy them, and then he's cleaning it and shit, and he finds the message from Princess Leia going like, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he's like, there's a Ben Kenobi on this planet. I wonder if he knows Obi-Wan Kenobi, because it's such a common name, apparently. And he goes and tells his uncle dude, and he's like, having none of that shit. He's like, you must work on the farm, boy, and all that kind of jazz. So he's like, wipe the memory, and tomorrow we will, like, do the harvest or some shit. He doesn't do that. R2-D2 escapes. He's like, oh no, my uncle's going to whoop my ass. So he goes on this, like, hover car to find R2-D2, and then he finds him, and then they get attacked by sand people.
I don't fucking know.
Sand people. And Obi-Wan, or Ben Kenobi shows up, and he's like, I haven't gone by that name in a very long time, because he's Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then he's trying to talk Luke into, like, for coming with him to, oh god, I think I have this, Alderaan, I think is the name of the planet they have to go to. That, because they read the entire message, and she's like, these plans need to be to my father and shit. And
does Luke still call Obi-Wan Kenobi by Ben Kenobi, because that's how he knew Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I can't remember. I don't think he calls him anything. They call him old man a lot. Oh no, that's Han Solo. He's later. Let's not talk about him. He's like telling him about the Force and shit, and he's like, I'm too old for all this kind of shit. You need to come with me. And he's like, no, I must work on the farm. I have responsibilities. So he's going back to the farm because he's like not going with him and shit. But then it's all the little hobbits have been murdered by stormtroopers. Oh. And so have his entire family and his farm's been burned down. So he's like, I'm coming with you at Alderaan. And they go to... No, they're still on the same planet. I can't remember the name of the, like, spaceport thing they go to. But they go to this bar and they're like, we need to find someone that's going to fly us here. And, like, he's doing, like, mind tricks on the stormtroopers. You know those things, like, these aren't the droids you're looking for. That joke? Yeah, he's like, these are not the droids you're looking for. And then that's where that came from.
Oh, okay.
And they go to a bar, they start a lot of fights, because nobody likes them. The robots aren't allowed in, everyone's really mean. They meet Han Solo, and he's in the bar, and Chewbacca's there, and he's going to fly them, but they have to pay him a lot, because it turns out he owes money to a big fat worm. What's his name?
I don't know.
Everybody know, I know his name, but I've forgotten it. The Hutt.
Oh, Jabba!
Jabba, he owes money to Jabba. And, like, these bounty hunters want to kill him or something. And he's too fast for them. He's too cool. So then, like, they're going to they collect the robots, they avoid the stormtroopers, they get on the thing, but of course the stormtroopers find them last minute as they're flying away, and Han Solo has to be all like, and stuff, and then eventually they get away, but then they're chasing them, and Han Solo is a very sarcastic, like, sort of like, I believe in nothing character, so he's like, his ship looks like a heap of scrap. It's not the straw. But
I'm just thinking of Serenity and Firefly.
I've not seen those either. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, So they're getting away from the stormtroopers. They go into hyperspace, and there's a lot of calculations. And Luke Skywalker's very angry, and him and Han Solo do not get along. And I don't know what Obi-Wan Kenobi's doing this whole time. He was there somewhere. But they go to hyperspace to go to Alderaan. Oh, I forgot something else was happening at the same time as that I forgot to tell you about. They're trying to torture Princess Leia into telling them where the other rebels are. And
is that where she's like chained up like this and then... Oh no, that's when she's a Jabba, right? I don't know.
I don't know. There was none of that in this movie anyway.
I don't know.
There was a little round robot with like an injection and she was like... and then it didn't show you what happened. But they're like, okay, we'll like show her what the Death Star can do. So they take her to... Or they go to Alderaan and they're like, tell us where the rebel base is or we'll blow up your home planet. And then she says someplace and I can't remember where. But then he blows it up anyway, so Alderaan's gone. I forgot that part. So
that's a pretty major part. And you forgot it.
I don't know, there was a bar. And so they go into hyperspace and there's no Alderaan and they're very confused, but then the Death Star's there and they're getting like sucked into it by an invisible tractor beam. Maybe they just didn't have the money for the effects, but apparently they can't fly away. And they hide in under the floor and the stormtroopers don't find them. They're on the Death Star at this point. And they're like going to disable all these computer things to get away and stuff, and Obi-Wan Kenobi they go into this control room. And, first they disguised themselves as stormtroopers. They came out and there was some stormtroopers on the thing and they beat them up and took their clothes. I wonder what the stormtroopers look like without their armour now. Oh well. Was there not naked stormtroopers on that ship when they were doing this? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Plot hole.
No. Shh, don't worry about it. They go to this control room, and there's something that they can't do. A door they can't open or something. I don't understand. So Obi-Wan Kenobi goes to do that, and they're like waiting in the control room. But then R2-D2's like, the princess is here, and Luke Skywalker has never met her in his life. He saw a little hologram, and he's like, she's beautiful, but she was a balloon. I didn't see shit. So he's like, we have to save the princess, and Han Solo's like, no. And then he's like, money, and Han Solo's like, okay. So they have absolutely no plan. They go to the detention area with Chewbacca tied up so that they can walk through the thing, stormtroopers. But like, obviously, they're not very clever people, and they get to the jail area and they have to shoot everybody. And then Luke goes to find her cell, and Han Solo's like on the thing going like, everything is fine. There was a nuclear, like, you can't come down here, there's like a reactor leak and stuff. So then obviously that doesn't work, so he shoots the thing. He's not very clever. They get Leia out anyway, reinforcements arrive, they have no idea what they're doing. Leia has to like whip them into being competent people because they like, yeah. She knows what she's doing apparently, kinda. And they end up in the rubbish.
Okay.
Because their only way out is blocked or something, and she's like, you're idiots, so she like shoots a hole and then they climb down the chute. And then they're in the rubbish and it's all nasty and wet and there's like a monster in the rubbish. I don't know what the monster had to do with anything, but there was a lot of struggling with this monster pulling them under the water for a while, and I got really bored. And then the door wouldn't work, and then the rubbish was going like this to squish them. The monster went away because it was scared of that. And the gold robot, who is in it a lot, but I forgot about it.
C-3PO!
See, yeah, him.
That one.
I'm not going to remember that in 5 minutes. But he's supposed to be like controlling all this stuff, so they're like calling him, going like, help, help, help. But he's left the control room for some reason that I can't remember, and he turned off his thing. So as he turns it back on, he's like, oh shit, they're going to die. So he turns that off, and they're laughing, and he's like, oh, listen to them screaming in pain, dying down there, and blah, blah, blah. And I can't remember how they get out of the rubbish chute anyway, but they do. But Obi-Wan Kenobi has fought Darth Vader and died, I think, at this point. I forgot about that. Darth Vader found him, but he becomes a voice that just talks to Luke throughout the movie.
Luke.
No, not that. Not Darth Vader, Obi-Wan. He's like, use the Force, Luke, and shit, but he didn't teach him anything. He was like, use your feelings. And then he could use a lightsaber, but then apparently, like, he's like, I told you enough now.
Lightsabers just turn on and off, do they not?
They do, but well, he could do that anyway, but he was practicing with the lightsaber and he was trying to teach him how to use the Force, and he was like, reach out with your feelings, and apparently that's taught him enough.
What's the Force?
I don't know. Oh, wait, it's a magnetic energy that surrounds all living things that you can use to use mind powers on stormtroopers, and I'm not really sure what else. Oh no, it's like intuition, I think. Anyway, there's a tracker on Han Solo's ship. They get away. They're like, see, I could do that. And she's like, no, you couldn't. That was too easy. They're tracking us. And they go to the rebel base. They have the plans. They look at that and they find like this one tiny weakness that's like 2 meters long or something that they have to bomb to destroy the Death Star. But obviously only like one-man fighters can do it because it's such a small space. So like Han Solo goes away because he got his money, he's fine. And then Luke is obviously a really good pilot for some reason, so he's there and everybody dies. They're trying to stop the Death Star thing and Darth Vader is in a wee fighter jet as well, killing them when they're trying to go in the thing. But obviously Luke gets it. Everyone else, like, they go in threes and they all die, and then he goes and the other two, like, one, it gets broken and has to fly away, and the other one dies, I think. And then Obi-Wan's that voice again going, like, use the Force, Luke, and shit. So he obviously gets it in and exploded at just the moment before it was about to blow up their base, because it has to be within range, apparently. And, oh no, wait, Han Solo showed up then, before that. Because he went away with his money, but then obviously because it's a cheesy movie, he came back, like, I'm gonna help you, kid, last minute. And then they all get medals and Chewbacca doesn't.
Oh.
I don't know why. And I don't even know why Han Solo got a medal. He went away and then came back and shot one ship. But, oh yeah, and then the Death Star blows up, but Darth Vader wasn't on it. He, like, just kind of goes, woo, into space. I assume he'll be back. And I think that's everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything. Yeah. Star Wars Episode 4, Episode 5 next.